Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we help business owners with B2B wholesale, and we're really excited to share with you our trade show and our trade stand. There's a few things that we wanted to kind of really get right before we went to a trade show, and we wish that someone had made this video, so this is the video we're making for you. Essentially, what's going to happen when a buyer comes up to you and wants to know more information about your product? Is it really focused on numbers? Is it focused on what sells? What we discovered is that it's mostly about a human-to-human conversation. And so we kind of wanted to do an example. Lucy's behind the camera for once. I'm in front of the camera, and we're going to pretend that Lucy is actually a retailer looking to purchase our socks and is kind of interested in then what's that conversation look like? How does it evolve? Obviously, it's going to be different for your product, but we'll kind of show you, I guess, the top and tail of it. It'll be everything from a little bit of an introduction, you know, some kind of small talk to say hello, a little bit on numbers, a little bit about on what sells well, where are they? There's a bit of a discussion as well about, you know, what are they looking for in their business? And you can find that out with some really easy questions. So we'll do that in this video today.
Okay, so hi everyone. You've got Lucy behind the camera, which is rare. Normally I'm in front of camera, but yeah, so I'm doing a bit of filming today. I'm essentially pretending to be the buyer. So what tends to happen is we see people kind of wander up. They come to these edge parts of our stand. So this is why we've put the point of sale stands on the edge like this, because they'll come up and they just want to feel the product. They might not necessarily want to be bothered yet. We kind of see them on the periphery. So as you can see, Andy will be sitting there working. He knows I'm here. He can see that I'm interested, and he's working out and kind of gauging whether it's worth coming over to talk to me. You very rarely get someone that just wanders into the stand straight away and asks questions unless we know them already. But I'll just kind of wander in and show some interest. I might start looking at the sock wall. Sometimes you get buyers that are like, just want to grab a catalogue and go. But if I'm just showing a bit of interest, he might at this point start engaging or just kind of look over and ask if I need any help.
And you just want to do it, you know, super casually. Hey guys, how are you? Good to see you this afternoon. Let me know if there's anything I can give you a hand with. That kind of gives a bit of an opportunity for someone to kind of shut down. So I like to open it up a little bit. Hey guys, good to see you. Where are you from? What do you sell? And that kind of gets them into that view of thinking, okay, what am I here for? As a retailer, I'm here to sell products, and you want to make it as easy as possible for them to kind of transition into that natural state. If you ask them, you know, how are they and what are they, you know, how are they feeling today, or that type of thing, you're really just going to get that stock standard response. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. No, just looking, it's fine. And then, you know, they'll kind of spend another 10 seconds politely before they walk away. So I like to go in there straight away. How are you? Good to see you guys. What is it that you sell? Because it's something natural that they will understand immediately and be very comfortable talking about. And you're going to get an answer straight away.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. As soon as you've worked out that what they sell, who they are, like what kind of shop they have, you can have a much more in-depth conversation and start tailoring your sales pitch towards who they are. Are they a zoo? Do they have a gift shop? Are they online only? Are they doing subscription boxes?
Yeah.
We speak to very, very different buyers per each person, so you really want to kind of get that information up front. People like to talk about themselves and their business, so you know, get that information and then you can tailor the pitch towards them.
Totally agree. Also, you want to be finding out where are they in the country, because, you know, our business, for example, we kind of really talk about the coastal regions and then the interior of the country, which is more focused on farms, you know, there's kind of more stock standard UK animals, whereas the coastal animals, you're going to be looking at more of the seas, the blues, that type of thing. It gives you an idea of the type of colors you're looking at. So then they're going to give you some type of answer. Let's say I'm in a cafe. Oh, whereabouts are you? I'm down south of the country. Okay, great. You know, you buy the coast. What we see work really well for your stores, and you want to try and get into the retailer's mindset of them making sales. So that's what we try to do. So a store that's down south, we will hit them with, you know, okay, we've got the seagulls here, we've got the seals here, and just try and open it up. But, you know, obviously, I always try to defer to them as a retailer as well. But and I'll say something to the effect of, but of course, you know your customers better than me. So what's the kind of things that are selling well for you? They'll kind of give you some more examples, and then you can transition it less away from, I guess, what will sell for their individual areas, but then to what will sell across the entire range. So for example, with us, what are our kind of best sellers? We'll show them the puffins, Highland cows, hedgehogs, that type of thing. And then they're going to start having more of a conversation, and that gives me an opportunity actually to kind of transition to the full range. We're going to make most of our sales if a client is considering the whole product range, and that is quite similar to a lot of businesses, unless you've got like kind of a hero product where you want to be kind of giving those, you know, complementary items as well. So I'll transition to this kind of conversation. For example, if we're talking to a UK retailer, we have in our trade catalogue a UK animal design section which we just kind of easily point them to. That gives them a jumping off point. You can kind of see, okay, I've got the bees here, seals, sharks, donkeys, alpacas, seahorses, that type of thing. And then they're starting to get in a conversation. If there's two of them, they're going to start having a conversation between the two, which is a really good position for you to be in. And then you might start to get questions, which I like to kind of, maybe answer without them asking it. A couple of them is going to be like, what's your prices? Quite a simple one that you should know. Always go with retail and your wholesale so they kind of know what margin they're dealing with. Is it a healthy margin? And then I like to also add what are our USP. So we're the #1 sock brand on Trustpilot in the UK. We save animals. 10% of the profits from the sock go to the animal on the sock. We have 40 different charities that we donate to, so we donate to the animal actually on the sock. And then they will kind of, hopefully by that point, they're really, bought into the mission. You've talked about the brand, you've talked about your story, you've talked about the reasons why it's going to sell for them. And then we want to talk about the things of how we're going to make it really easy for them to sell. It'll be something like this. And of course, you've got these great socks and we'll chuck in the point of sale stands. We'll give them for free, depending on the size of the order. And that kind of starts to get the conversation speaking about bigger order volumes. And we'll also whack in our floor standing unit for free, which is something that, if you're getting kind of upwards of 2,000 socks, something like that, is a great position to be. I mean, I don't know what else you'd add, Lucy. Anything else there?
I think it's an interesting one because before I did this trade show, I was really expecting to talk about price a lot more. I kind of thought people would be here, I don't know, bartering with us, coming at us, asking what are your margins to the decimal point, and I was worrying about that I wouldn't be able to have all this information in my head and I'd panic in front of a buyer and embarrass myself. But actually, no one knows your business as well as you do. Anything that I don't know in my head. So for a good example is the point of sale stands. They're all slightly different prices. They all hold different amounts of socks and they're all, free with certain orders of different sizes. I've not bothered to memorize that. I just go to the catalogue. It's in the catalogues. If anyone asks about it, I'll show them the catalogue, I'll show them the page, I'll point out what they're after, and then I'll give them the catalogues. I think there's a few things that you might be worrying about if you've not done a trade show that can kind of put you at ease. It's actually much easier than you'd think. Just talk about your business, it's your baby and you can talk about your product all day, every day, more than anyone else could about your product. So I think hopefully it'll put your mind at rest that actually you can actually have a lot of fun with it and just have a human conversation. People want what's best for their business as well. It's not some cutthroat thing. Everyone around here, all the stands, our neighbours are amazing and super supportive. So it's actually like a really good community here, including the buyers themselves. So It's not as cutthroat and sales as you'd think. It's just a good time and everyone's trying to do the best for their business.
Exactly. I think there's probably also a couple of other things that you want to be asking. If you can't talk about your own brand yet too much, that's totally fine as well. Find out more about them. So where are they? What type of business are they? What sells well for them? Who are their customers? What are they looking for today? You can also make it not about you if you want to kind of move the conversation on. Who else, for example, is on your hit list? What are the other brands they're looking for at the trade show? And then if you're starting to get to that conversion point, we also want to kind of tell people what are our MOQs, when is carriage paid, what does that look like, and then how can they purchase. So we're pushing clients, of course, to Faire. So we've got it's probably about double the minimum order on our manual orders that we manage ourselves, and we're just really trying to push customers to Faire, and that's why we recommend a 0 MOQ. You obviously get, of course, as everyone knows on this channel, 60-day terms, you get guaranteed payment, and we just do that through a Faire Direct code. And then throughout the catalog, our email is there, but we're really trying to push customers to ordering with us through Faire Direct, Anchor Store, or CreaWay. So making it as easy as possible for them in the area that they're working on. That's pretty much it. I hope you learned a lot. They're also long days, 100% would say that, so make sure you do get a seat. If you don't have one, it's going to be a struggle.
And lots of snacks.
Oh, a lot of snacks. And then by the end of the day, you say you're there from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Make sure you have someone else in the stand. So you want Lucy or you want an auntie there supporting you, because you need to take breaks. You don't want to feel like you're going to miss out on business by not being on the stand. And it's just, you need to take a breather, go to the bathroom, that type of thing. So that just kind of managing the energy levels, I think, is super important. And also be positive. So many people might not get an order in the first hour when it's just no one in, and they're starting to think, shivers, am I actually ever going to get an order. But the moment you kind of go into that hole, you retreat into the stand, you're going to be less positive. You want to be continuing to bring that smile and energy, because that's what people want to buy from and work with. So I hope that's worked. You know, if you've liked this content, please like, subscribe, and follow for more. We've got a whole bunch more coming up here. Lucy's got some great videos, and of course, it'd be remiss of me not to share my SEO video. So check that out, guys. And yeah, we'll speak to you soon.
All right, see you in the next video, guys. Bye.